Life is a great big day. Wherever there's a hang, you'll find the Spider-Man.
Come on! Okay, I don't know what you thought of this, but Peter Parker's new best friend, right? I fucking hated that guy, okay? I'm sure the actor in real life is a cool guy. I could hang with him. I could have a chat with him. I bet he's the nicest, sweetest person in the world. I'm not criticizing the actor. I'm not criticizing the human being who played him. But why is he in this movie? Okay, number one, right? If you go back to the originals, Peter Parker's closest friend is Harry.
Pete! Hi, Harry.
And Harry is an interesting, well-rounded, fascinating individual with his own plot, his own story arc, his own inner demons, alright, but he's also really cool. He's the kind of guy where you're like, yeah, I can see why Pete's friends with that guy, alright? This character, the thing that bothers me the most is that I'm recognizing time and time again that Hollywood are injecting these sorts of nerdy characters into movies, because basically what they're doing is they're watching things like YouTube and they're going, what are the fans actually like? I see they are often Lego playing, Star Wars loving geeks, right? Ha, okay, great. Let's put a character in the movie like that so that the audience who are like that will look at the movie and go, ha, hey, he's just like me. Hey, he's a nerd just like me. Hey, he plays with Star Wars Lego just like me. And it's really fucking annoying, right? For lots of reasons. They even did it in Star Wars Episode 7 where you got Finn shouting, right, like a Star Wars fan shouts, whoa, yeah, oh, great, wow.
Oh, Chewie! Oh, shit, it's Luke talking! Oh!
Millennium Falcon!
Whoa!
Oh!
Did you see that?
Yes! Yes, I want more! Is there more?
The Star Wars fans might say, whoa, yeah, this is great, right? But the character flying the TIE fighter isn't supposed to be saying, whoa, yeah, this is great, okay? Let the fans do that shit. And the thing is if you go back to a lot of things that have become famous in our culture, things that tend to last are usually created by wise people, okay, who create great works that enhance and enrich the lives of the masses or those who are exposed to them. Now, if we look at Spider-Man, not many people are aware of the fact that when Stan Lee wrote the very first issue of Spider-Man, Stan Lee was 40 years old. So he was writing about a kid, or he was writing about kids, but he himself was no longer a child. And the point is that he might have been writing about this kid who's got girl troubles and school troubles and friend troubles, and he feels as if he can be better and he should be doing something to help the world and whatever. But Stan Lee wasn't writing it from the mindset of a young person. He was writing it from the perspective of somebody who'd already been through all of that stuff in his life, and he had the answers. He'd been through the tunnel, he'd come out the other side. So he was more like the mature adult, the mature parent who could say, listen, kids reading this comic, I know you're going through this shit too, but I've been there, and I'm actually going to be the kind of heroic writer in this circumstance who's going to lead you along but also give you the kind of answers you need. It's one of the reasons why something like Spider-Man is so successful, or was so successful in the first place, because kids are actually reading something that A, they can relate to, but also B, somebody who is heroic because they are finding solutions to problems in their own lives. The point is that people should be looking at works written by people and made by people who are better than them, because if the characters in, say, movies are all reasonably intelligent, then it makes the audience more intelligent. It gives the audience heroes to aspire to. That's not what's happening nowadays, right? Back then, Stan Lee didn't have the opportunity to speak to or see thousands of teenagers and go, what are kids actually like today? Because it's been 20 years since I was a teenager. He didn't have that. So he just had to kind of presume this is what teenagers are like. The point is it didn't matter, because he's actually shaping teenagers. If they love his work, then he's shaping them and making kids into the generation that they became. In part, he's not doing it for a whole generation, but obviously those reading his work are being in part shaped by him. But modern Hollywood isn't like, look, we're cool, we know how to make films, we know how to write scripts, and we're just going to give it to you and do the best we can and you're going to enjoy it. Instead, they're literally just like, what are the kids like? Oh, okay, they're like that. Let's just make our characters like them. And it's like, well, then you're giving the audience nothing to aspire to. You're not actually giving the audience real heroes or anything. You're just putting people on the screen who are so kind of cliche and annoying that instead of looking at the screen, you might as well just turn and look at the guy next to you.
What are you doing in my room? Man, let me in. You said we're gonna finish a Death Star.
Millennium Falcon!
It's just so annoying. Like, I don't want to go to the cinema and look at normal, average, uninteresting people. I want to see people who stand out from the rest, who have something to say, who have something to give. Okay, and that's not what I get from these sorts of characters. It doesn't only happen in Spider-Man, but his new friend is a perfect example of a fucking YouTuber appearing in a big glossy Hollywood movie, and he shouldn't be there. Now, another thing is, not only is it modern to do it like this, but you needn't have a Harry Osborn as the kind of sidekick counterpart friend. That's not absolutely necessary, but if you're gonna create a new kind of buddy, why do they always create these characters who you wouldn't actually want as a friend? He's so annoying, right? He's literally like, constantly, the running joke throughout the whole film is, can I tell people that you're Spider-Man? Can I tell them that you're Spider-Man? Do you think it'd be okay if now I told people you were Spider-Man? Hey man, let's go to this party and tell everyone that you're Spider-Man. Yeah, but it'll make me cool if they know that I'm hanging out with Spider-Man. And it's like, fucking hell. It's the, like, you'd want to kill that guy. Like, he's a threat to your actual life, having that fucking idiot as your friend, right? You just want to be like, tie him up, leave him in a room, let him play with his goddamn fucking Lego, give him a chemistry set to play with, but keep him out of your life, because if he tells people that you are fucking Spider-Man, you're going to have every villain in the entire city and all of America and maybe even the world come to kill you. He's a terrible best friend. Under all circumstances, he's terrible.
Okay. I'll level with you. I don't think I can keep this a secret. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Again, not criticising the actor, just the script. Now, the other thing is, if you go back to the 80s, when, again, there was no YouTube, and they weren't looking at, what are the fans like? Can we put them in? At least then, you sometimes got best friend characters in movies who were actually cooler than the main character. Which was also kind of cool, because it would be like the main character's going through his troubles, but he's got this friend who is really cool and has answers to it. If you look at like Teen Wolf, right? Teen Wolf, Michael J. Fox going through his normal teenage problems, a bit like Peter Parker, and his best friend in that movie is Styles. And Styles is like the coolest fucking guy in the whole world. Like, I'd love to have Styles as a friend.
$7 you owe me? You owe me. Listen, Scott, this is important. If I don't come up with the cash for tonight, they won't let me into that party. Look, even if you come up with cash, where are you gonna buy? Later, too. Later? Hey, Chuck, how's the diet?
So, why can't you have a friend like that for Spider-Man? Would that really be so bad? Even, something that isn't a teen movie, like Swingers, right? Swingers was written by Jon Favreau, who directed Iron Man and stars in this movie. But in Swingers, Jon Favreau is the guy who's going through his emotional discontent and relationship troubles. And guess what? His best friend is Vince Vaughn, a cool guy who jumps in to help him, who's actually got real humanity and some real answers to his friend's problems. An actual friend, not somebody who's completely one-dimensional, cardboard cutout, fucking YouTuber, right? Somebody genuine and actually cool.
I don't think she liked me anyway.
Oh, Mike, I'm telling you, man. She thought you were money.
I don't think so.
I heard them both talk.
And both those girls thought you were money. You're a good friend.
So when I'm sitting there watching this, I'm just like, I can't believe his best friend is basically a caricature of Spider-Man fans on YouTube.
Oh, dude, you do.
Michael Keaton.
Oh, like Spider-Man 2 a little bit.
Tony Stark made you that?